Salute. Welcome to Wild Country Daily Entertainment. This article is from MSN, and it's about the Tyler Robinson case. Prosecutors in the Tyler Robinson case argue against disqualification. Now, MSN said that Utah County Attorney's Office says just because the son of one of their attorneys was present when Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at Utah Valley University, the entire office should not be disqualified from prosecuting the case. Before I go any further, if I would argue that, I would say, well, that could be a possible conflict of interest because it could either go for or against him. That's just my opinion. If the attorney's son was present, then the son should not be allowed to be in the case. They should have somebody else. I don't know nothing. I don't know much about court cases and stuff like that. Maybe somebody else can maybe have a better answer of why it would be a better decision of letting them do it that way. But like I said, I don't have no court case. I don't have much education in that. But anyhow, they say furthermore, the decision being made by the office in relation to the prosecution of Tyler Robinson, including the decision to announce on the day charges were filed that they intend to seek the death penalty if Robinson is convicted, are not being driven by an emotional reaction. They say the attorney has no personal conflict of interest because his son is neither a material witness nor a victim in the case. It could be, and it couldn't be. They say, in fact, nearly everything the son knows about the actual homicide is hearsay. They say, and because Mr. Redacted has no conflict of interest, they say the county attorney's office also has no conflict of interest requiring disqualification, the state said in their reply. MSN says in December, Robinson, 22, and his defense team filed a motion under seal to have the Utah County Attorney's Office disqualified from the high-profile case due to an alleged conflict of interest. MSN says a redacted public version of the motion was released a week later. MSN says the defense argues that because the son of one of the attorneys currently prosecuting the case attended the Turning Point USA event on September 10th at Utah University and was in the audience when Kirk 31 was shot. And because he immediately sent text to his father, the entire Utah County Attorney's Office should be disqualified. I'm saying yeah. My opinion, it sounds like something's fishy. It sounds like maybe he's being picture framed. Or not, maybe not picture framed. Yeah, you know the picture frames that you hang on the wall? It sounds like maybe that's happening. They go on to say, as described by witnesses on campus at the time of the shooting, they say the event and the aftermath were harrowing, even for those that did not see the shooting as it happened. They say the son and his father are not immune to this trauma. They say the defense argues in its motion. They say Robinson argues that the state could be making decisions based on emotions. I agree. Due to the trauma the attorney's son incurred that day. I agree. They said the Utah County Attorney's Office filed its sealed response a week ago. They say their redacted public version has now been released. They say neither the defense nor the state identifies the prosecuting attorney or his son. They say, only stating that the son is 18 and a student at UVU. They say according to the Utah County Attorney's Office, the son was standing near the back of the outdoor amphitheater about 85 feet away from where Kirk was seated. They say while the second person in line was speaking with Charlie, I was looking around the crowd when I heard a loud sound like a pop. Someone yelled, "He's been shot." They say the son stated in a sworn affidavit submitted as part of the state's reply. They say the son says he and others around him crouched down before running for cover in a nearby building. They say he then sent text messages to his family group chat, which included several relatives and his father. They say someone got shot. He texted his group to the group, "I'm okay." They say everyone is going inside. They say it was only after speaking with others inside the building that the son learned it was Kirk who was struck. So they go on to say that after seeing and texting and all of that, a copy of the son's text message was also included in the state's reply. So since that was included, prosecutors argue that because the son did not witness the actual shooting and wasn't even aware initially that Kirk had been shot, any testimony he could give would be merely cumulative of testimony available from literally thousands of other witnesses, they say, and would relate solely to uncontested issues because the son has no personal knowledge of the actual shooter. So they say, moreover, his comparatively minor emotional reaction could not have had a greater impact on his father. They say in the prosecution team then significantly more harrowing experience of many others at the event. They say any potential testimony from the son and most others at the UVU event is only marginally relevant. They say providing context only. So now I'm going to leave the rest of the link to this article in the description down below. If you want to reread it or relook at it, the link will be in the description. Make sure you hit that that thumbs up for me, please, and share the video far and wide with your family and friends. Make sure your bell notification is rung. That way you know when I upload a video or go live. Because I do go live too. Sometimes I make a fool, sometimes I don't. But yeah, thank you for Excuse me, sorry. But thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment on what you think. Do you think it's a conflict of interest? Do you think the son of the son's attorney should be there? Or do you think they should go ahead with the case even though they're relatives? I say get a new witness that was actually there. That way you know it's not conflict of interest. But maybe they can't do that. Maybe it's too late in the game. So now they gotta stick with the player that they have. I said that a little bit too fast. Maybe they can't do that because maybe it's a little bit too late in the game. Maybe they have to stick with the original player that they picked. Don't let that go over your head. Peace out.